is a buzz, this is a buzz. Black and white LAPD. This is a buzz, this is a buzz. Thought base buzz, thought base buzz. Direct overhead. Watch this for direct overhead. Black and white direct overhead. Black and white direct overhead. Los Angeles Police Department vehicles used for gang stalking, for uploading reptilian shapeshifter movies, i.e. demonic distortion movies, to YouTube. Looks like your black and white LAPD. Yep, coming around again. Let's see if we can get a close-up, fellas. How you fellas doing, huh? Wouldn't be looking over here, would you? I mean, really couldn't figure out why you'd be looking right over here. Passing right overhead, direct overhead, direct overhead. Makes you wonder, huh? What they're doing. That's the third pass he's made, directly over my balcony. So we'll see. Alright guys, so this is some really weird weather because we got smoke coming in, I guess, from these fires up north here in California, and this is like some really weird ambiance, like this, kind of like this auburn color to the sky, because everything's filled with smoke and it reeks like smoke. I mean, not really that bad, but I mean, you can definitely smell it when you come outside. I think the air quality is pretty bad, but it's like orange sky at night, you know, from the fix. I mean, that's what it's like. So yeah, it's just really weird looking out. I don't know if it's coming out on this Panasonic, but oh, look at that visibility, man. Normally you can see those mountains plain as day. Boy, that is some thick smoke. Boy, probably not that good to be out running around in this stuff. I was just thinking about how cool it would be to have money and to be able to buy cool stuff like cool RVs and, you know, like those kind of like four-wheel drive van type RVs, but they have all this cool stuff, you know, and to be able to just travel around, you know, instead of being like a trapped prisoner with no money in this place. It's true. I mean, it's like those of us, I think, who are on the path of salvation are like prisoners. That's what the scripture says. Yeah, so probably some of you are wondering why I haven't posted anything in a while, and it's because, well, I'm working on something, but there's also a little bit of a chill effect because I've had some movies, more movies deleted by YouTube, and it's disquieting. And I was just thinking, you know, I don't understand why they can't just delete my channel. Then I wouldn't have to worry about it. No, I mean, I just don't know why, like if they really hate what I have to say that bad, and they're going to censor me that bad, when they won't censor other people, like bigger channels or like more mainstream channels, they won't censor them, but they will censor me. And I just think that it's like, and they send me some, you know, like it's quite bogus, the message they send you. Somebody flagged your movie for us to review, and we find that it goes against WHO guidelines. Oh yeah, okay, but they make it out like yes, this officiates it, makes it righteous for us to delete your opinion, your free speech in America, because somebody flagged your movie, see, and so we had to delete it because somebody flagged your movie. Yeah, right. I don't think anybody flagged it, friends. I'm afraid I'm not buying it. But it's also like to add an added bit of piss off, like it makes you wonder, like who the hell's flagging my movie? You can't face your accuser. You see, this is un-American. We have a constitution that defines what America should be, and I don't think we're following it. I think that there is a lawsuit against the federal government for not upholding the Constitution by enforcing the Constitution in something like a all-around opinion and voice sharing platform like YouTube. They have to be regulated, and right now that's not what we have, and a lot of people agree, and more people are finding out. But the problem is that most people have not posted truth, and so if you start posting the truth that they don't want you to hear, that's when you're gonna find out about the problem with YouTube. Okay, that's when you're gonna find out that free speech is no longer free in America. Okay, if you're Ben Swan, you know that. Okay, this guy's doing a great job, even though his channel went from like 250,000 views to 10 or 20,000 if he's lucky. So it's really a travesty, and I've thought about what to say about it. There really isn't. There's not a whole lot you can say or do about it that's of any interest whatsoever until you can actually really take action, which is why I think the Lord is our best hope. And so I would say, if you've encountered that and you pray, say a prayer to God asking for justice about the problem with YouTube. I said a prayer last night about that because I finally realized that my anger is such that it just bothers me. I just don't want to have that feeling about where I'm doing all my work to get any kind of message that I have out there, and it is how I have made my living. And for them to just summarily, without any discussion, without any reprieve, they give you like a thing to appeal it, but it's useless. I know when it's useless because I've tried it many times before. And it used to be if it was over smaller things or things like like copyright infringement, where I knew that it wasn't, and other people have similar clips of other movies, then they'll undo it. But if it's for like something that's against their false narrative with the pandemic, forget it. So yeah, I just find that it's a little bit unappealing, and so I've been looking into other platforms, and so far the only one that is even remotely viable as a general purpose platform that you can just upload stuff to is Brighteon. So I have an account there, and I have a link below so you can see my account there. But but the thing is, it's limited. There's obviously it's not as good as YouTube, and it's limited in that there's only a certain amount you can upload. I've already used like a certain percentage of it, and it won't last that much longer. I've got like maybe 40 more videos or something like that I can upload. That's going to be it. I don't know what their deal is. I haven't really looked into it as far as what are they, what's like, can you pay for more or whatever like that. But first of all, I like Mike Adams, and I respect the fact that he took matters into his own hands like a man and started his own platform there, and so he did something, and I know I watched him for years before he got kicked off of YouTube, and so I know that he cares about the censorship issue, and he's not going to censor me, even if, like, for instance, he probably wouldn't agree with my assessment that there's no virus at all, but even so, he's not gonna bust my chops over it, But they probably have the whole thing. The only problem is, too, they have a little problem there, is that the competency of their overall platform, as far as the signing in and stuff and making comments. There's a thing there's a problem. I can't even comment on it without it giving me some BS. It says to send a message to my YouTube, to my email, and then it won't send it. So I can't message anywhere. So yeah, I have been barely surviving here, guys. But that's how I've been, like the last, 6 years. Except actually for the last year, things were great until Satan attacked our money market thing that the source that was supporting me was using to fund me, and it was great, man. That year, the first year that I was in the condo. But now I've been here for over a half a year, not having paid rent. The guy tried to evict me 3 times, and plenty of crap about it. Not too bad. I mean, I could, it could have been a lot worse. But also, the manager finally quit talking to me because this guy's. I'm not even gonna. I don't want to say anything bad about anybody, but let's just say that some people handle things better than others, and it was a situation where he tried to give me a 3-day notice in the middle of this pandemic when there's nowhere to go and everything. That really pissed me off. He knows not to show his face. At least I hope he knows not to show his face at my door. But in any case, so it's been kind of a little bit, and boy, I tell you, money has been super tight. I mean, like, I don't know how I've gotten through week to week, just barely squeaking by. But I've never gone hungry once, and lived pretty well even so compared to most of the world, so I shouldn't complain. But compared to people around me, I mean, I wasn't going to tell anybody how broke I was. I mean, like, literally, like, down to my last $3, and no groceries, no job, no money in sight, and the only way that I have survived is from my friends who have supported me, and I think it's because the Lord sent them, and I say to myself, the priest is worth his hire, so we'll make it into the kingdom, but you're not going to be rich before that, that's for sure. You're not going to be comfortable and hanging out and having as much money as all the heathen around. So you take your pick. How lucky are you? As a matter of fact, I've got so much help that I had dropped my phone. I had bought a phone actually purely as a camera. And then finally, after a long time, I actually got a thing for it that I got at this place for cheap. I can only have to pay $25 a month, and I get 2 gigabytes of data and unlimited talk to Thailand, where my girl is. And but the thing is that I dropped it, and finally, after a while, and so I'm like minus a phone and minus any way to talk to her or send email, because also I ran out of money for the internet because my internet funked out on me because it's $40 a month, but I did not have that at all, dude. And I'm like trying to barely, okay, I'll pay now again, I'll pay $10, but I couldn't get it reactivated, and I couldn't even call them because I was afraid they were gonna swamp my phone, because they swamped this other phone that I have, like this internet voice message thing, to hell. So I didn't want that to be screwed. So so I asked my friends. I said, my mailing list said, hey, anybody help me out with a new phone? And like right away, 2 bros, one from UK, one from Australia, helped me out. I got a brand new Moto G Power, $250. It's awesome, man. Way better than the phone I had as far as functionality goes. It's killer. I mean, the buttons actually work. My Sony is like this ancient machine. Like when you press the buttons, like hard to press them. This one, man, it's a breeze to type on. In any case, I didn't even use it that much, except that it's the main thing that I communicate with my friends in Thailand, which this is where my whole thing has been coming from, and just amazing stuff. I'll tell you more about that later. Hey, so I was thinking that when people wrong you, and you get mad about it, and you're wondering about, okay, because you're scripturally minded, you say, okay, vengeance belongs to the Lord. But I was thinking another way to think about it is that it's like saving up, when someone does wrong to you, if you don't spend it by getting revenge, you're like saving up for the day of vengeance when it comes, because you're going to be able to confront these people it says that they will look upon the people that offended them in hell. Look at last line of Isaiah. And so there's something to think about. It's the savings plan. So there she is, the Motorola Moto G Power, and it's got like a super strong battery, 5K milliwatt, and it's got a nice 1080p display. So I want to say a special thank you to my two bros. It's amazing, man. It's just amazing that it I don't know if it's hard to say, because you know people give money for stuff that isn't good, but it's just kind of maybe a little bit of a validation to me that, you know, everything that I've done hasn't been, you know, for nothing, when I can just ask, and I don't have any money whatsoever for a phone. And my two bros from down under and UK, I can't believe it, man, scored me a fresh new phone right away. I mean, there was like zero waiting. I bought it like the next day. And so, I mean, that's just freaking awesome. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Awesome. Hey guys, I want to tell you that I think we're entering into a very serious time now. The pandemic is probably some kind of measure having to do with the war in heaven that's going on. Or it looks that way to me, because I've been informed by what I would say is heavenly powers that there's a full-blown war. And it may have started with another heavenly power telling me that that because of the war that's going on, that we may have a lot of demons that are coming in. If a lot of people are feeling tired, it could also be because a lot of demons are coming in and attacking. And so it looks like it's turning out to all full-blown war. And because another power, as I said, I found out was attacking satellites. They described it as mirrors, the things with the mirrors. Well, that's the satellites with the solar panels in orbit. And they were taking out those devices. Yeah, now, I know this is all very vague and I can't prove any of it. So who knows if it's true. I'm just telling you what I was told, and these are from reliable sources that haven't lied to me yet. And we're talking about heavenly forces, okay? You know what I'm talking about? Well, if you know the Bible, you know what I'm talking about. Things that come from heaven, okay? And so, yeah, and so I think that right now there's going to be a full-on attack against Christians. So I would say, you know, more than ever, it's always a good time to be vigilant. But now more than ever, be careful, because we have got a situation where we are going to be under demonic attack, and they're going to be looking for vulnerabilities. Remember, the goal of demons, number one goal, according to Derek Prince, number one goal is to keep you from becoming a Christian. number 2 goal is to keep you from being a successful Christian. So these demonic beings are looking for any way to distract you, to stop you, to discourage you, anything to keep you from being a successful Christian, which is to save your soul and to save as many souls as you can. And if you haven't been given a specific mission, the Great Commission, which is to bring people to the faith of Jesus.